Welcome to my live on this Sunday. Today is April 14th, 11:07 p.m. Sunday. This is my first live. Well, actually, this is my second live, but my first one was restricted, so I want to try it again for TikTok. So, welcome. I'm going to be quick. I know it's Sunday night. I know you guys are probably doing your Netflixing and chilling, you ladies and gentlemen. So I'm not going to keep you, but I do want to start tapping in on this live because I want to get things rolling and just like personalize my video content for all of you out here who are blessing me with your eyes and your ears, because that's what it's all about for me. So a little bit about me. It's an intro. I am T Walt, also known as the Black Superman. A lot of my close friends gave me that nickname, so I took it. They say they see something superhero-ish in me with the energy, the motivation, the resilience, the ability to kind of articulate some type of inspiration to people. So I would take it. The Black Superman is among you. So with that being said, I got into TikToking because I wanted to share a message. I got a lot of stuff that I want to talk about, and some of you guys probably see some of my content that's dealing with me doing pull-ups, outside, calisthenics, boxing. I do weightlifting. You see me with a couple of different styles of content. So I just wanted to make it clear that it's all intentional, and what the Black Superman is, it's just a personification of you being able to become a superhero for yourself. Most of my target audience is, probably the males, but I do have a lot of females in the real world and stuff like that. And I tell them that you can be a superhero too. You can be a superwoman, especially if you're out here grinding. I salute all of you, and I just want us to grow. So I think I titled this video like, when is it going to end, or when are we going to get to a place of development to where we can move our consciousness forward as a collective. One of I think my last video I talked about flow state, and that flow state is the individual pipeline of self improvement, right? I read a lot, and I take an analysis of my personal life experience, and I've done a lot of things wrong. I've done some things right, but I've done some things wrong. And I went on a spiritual path, and I kind of adopted that spirituality path into my fitness and my servitude to try to get back. So I wanted to correct my behaviors. Like I said in one of my previous videos, one of those behaviors is self-inflicted, unlocking the spirits that was lower level of consciousness, and put me in places to where I was making poor decisions. So I had to remove some of those things from my life. Some of the toxic people that was in my life that's no longer around because they had an influence on me. Another thing, habits, bad habits, drinking. So the personal self-development of removing toxic things from my life allowed me to start exhibit states of flow. Oh man, it's 11:11. You just happen to look at that. I'm a big believer of the 11:11 and angel numbers as well, people. So, that's just one of those things that I was able to open my eyes to see. But there was a once upon a time that I just was pushing a lot of people away, and people saw something in me that I didn't see in myself. So now that I have a lot of clarity, and I use exercise to like help clear my spirit and just detox the stress that I have. We all working, man, 40, 50, 60 hours a week. We got to pay these bills. So those are the things that I've done. Read, understand myself, and most importantly, help other people through exercising themselves until where they can become great, build strength, lose the fat, et cetera, et cetera. But that's another thing that I see with a lot of people, that we have a problem that we're trying to solve too. Like a lot of you guys probably see on a lot of social media podcasts with like a lot of the dating and relationships amongst black men and black women, and I kind of like, when I started looking at a lot of that, I started to look at like, man, we still don't really understand and see eye to eye. I think we've made a lot of headway in the last, year or two. Women are starting to understand what men are truly, really wanting, and men are starting to understand what women truly, really mean by what the things that they're saying. Guys, you got to understand, in order to build a companionship, a male and a female, the communities have to understand each other to better relate. And I just kind of look at it like, man, when are we going to get past that point to where we can get love back into the atmosphere? You know, there's a lot of relationships out there. Don't get me wrong. There's a lot of relationships out there, and I still believe there's going to be a lot of marriages, children that's not just born out of wedlock by default. I believe in that. But unfortunately, those relationships are just, they're overshadowed by the degenerate behavior that we see on Instagram, YouTube, a lot of this other stuff. Guys, we don't want to get too caught up in social media world, because that's not our real world. We're ordinary people trying to survive and trying to create a legacy. I know I am. So we're trying to get married. We're trying to understand each other, just like we're trying to understand our mind and our body in the name of getting in shape, overcoming adversity. Some people's background coming up with struggle past, and they overcame it. So now that everybody's looking good because we're all in the gym getting in shape, you know, we're attracting a lot of people. Women are attracting a lot of men. Men are attracting a lot of women. So how do we tap into like solving that problem? That is the thing that I'm talking about. And when does it end as it relates to us really coming to a consensus? A few years ago, I heard that this thing was all gender war. And I just bust out laughing, because I'm like, man, like, how many wars we got to fight? We had World War I, World War II, Vietnam, global war on terror, and now we got a gender war? That's crazy, man. Hey, we got to throw in the towel at some point, because at the end of the day, you're not going to stop men trying to find love, and you're not going to stop women from trying to find love. The issue is that everybody's guarded their heart because of traumatic experiences with one another. There's certain people that made it harder for women to really open up and give themselves an opportunity to allow a man to come in and really, you know, there's a lot of fellas out there that done the same, that they can't open up. You know, men will talk to like be bold, hit ourselves in the chest, ever since we was little boys. So you see a lot of repressed emotions in a lot of adult males. That's why I do mentorship in the schools right now, balance. And I think the secret sauce in my mentorship and my role model program is allowing boys to understand that they have to have a stronger sense of emotion, but they have to not be able to have it to the point to where they're repressed, because as they get older, the testosterone is going to hit, and that those emotions that they have unbalanced and unchecked are going to become anger, and anger put in the wrong direction in adults is going to lead to prison. You know, so that's my forte. It's mentorship, serving as a role model, the black Superman, and I'm just trying to find my way and expressing it the best way I know how, through practice with TikTok. I got a YouTube channel, Instagram, Facebook, you know, so, but this is the first time I did it on TikTok. And I want to just humbly come on here and say thank you guys for like just tapping into some of my content. As authentic as I can possibly be, I will continue to share things from my heart, my head, straight to you guys, man. So if you have any questions, feel free to just tap in, man. You know, that's what it's all about. That's the word that we use now. Tap in, drop a comment. You know what I'm saying? So it's Sunday night, I ain't gonna keep you guys. So with that, until next time, you guys stay focused, stay disciplined, and I'll see you guys on the flip side. Peace.